Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome to the start of what I like to call the Drake and Josh weekend. Yes, well, sort of weekend. Thursday. This is Thursday. You'll be getting the top 10 worst episodes of Drake and Josh. Tomorrow, Friday, you'll be getting the top 10 best episodes of Drake and Josh. And then on Saturday, it's the big kahuna, my Scotty TV full review of the series. Yes, I know I made a speech about Nickelodeon stuff going further on the channel. I didn't know if I was going to do any more. I've since watched Keenan and Kel know that they are fine. And Drake and Josh is also fine. They don't have the Schneider stamp. There's no feet. That's all I want to say. So I think iCarly is where that thing really started to go downhill. So. Although I would like to talk about iCarly at some point too, but I don't. I talk about all of them, but it's hard to talk about those shows when you gotta bring up the big ugly elephant monster in the room. But we're not talking about that. So I watched through all of the episodes of Drake and Josh that are on Paramount Plus because they're missing some, including the first freaking episode. Season 1 is missing the pilot. Dune Buggy. 2 episodes out of the 6 from that season. And then season 2 is missing Guitar that I know offhand. The Gary Grill. Maybe 1 or 2 more. And then I'm not sure about season 3. Maybe missing maybe 1. The Scoutmaster one. I think that's in 2. And the number 1 fan, You were so clever. That one. That one's not on here either. That's a good one. It's not on either of my lists, but yeah. So as I started going through, there were some episodes that really started to rub me the wrong way. So I started writing down as I went through, and so I have my top 10 lists. There were 2 above all the others that really did not sit well with me. The rest I don't care for. I've always like, honestly, the one that I didn't really care for is very low on this list. Because of other ones I just didn't care for. I'll give you my reasons why, but so this is my top 10 worst Drake and Josh episodes. Number 10, Playing the Field. The whole episode, Josh has a mustache. That's the okay. So the main plot is that Drake is dating this girl named Tori, played by Tori Daviato, who was also in the driver's license episode as a different character. He's dating this girl. She was She was funny because this is season 3, and she was in season 2, the driver's license episode. That's also now on Disney Plus or Paramount Plus. Neither is Blues Brothers. Those are not. Those are season 2 episodes, I guess. But she's a college. She's playing a college student in that episode, and here she's back in high school, different character. Yeah. The whole thing is that Drake doesn't want to be tied down to any one girl after she's called his girlfriend. And she even calls him boyfriend. He has cold feet and breaks up with her. Sort of. She's Tori, breaking up with me? How do you know? Whenever someone starts a sentence with Tori, he doesn't want to break up. But as soon as he sees her with another guy, he wants her back. By the end of the episode, they do get back together, but we never see Tori again, so it doesn't matter. The B plot is Josh has a mustache and nobody likes it, except for some guy that goes, sup. And they constantly try to tell him to shave it off. He refuses. Drake also makes mention to Grammy having a mustache, which, no, she did not, but it's... You do not make fun of Grammy's hormonal imbalances. Yes, it's just kind of... It's just one that I was just like, if I skipped it, I wouldn't miss anything. I'd probably be like, oh, I had that one with the mustache. I missed that, but it wouldn't be worth, it didn't infuriate me. Number 9 is Mean Teacher. And this is mainly because I really got annoyed by the Kelly character. So the whole thing is that Drake is dating this girl named Kelly. and she has this constant inappropriate laughter, like just like random laughter. After having a conversation, she's laughing. I think it was supposed to be like a verbal tick, because uh, I get those sometimes, not verbal, but the most verbal mine's always just clearing my throat. I have Tourette's, but I have the facial tics, not the audio ones. I don't spit out swears, and I don't make the noises. I just, I have other ones. The laughter could be that, I guess, a form of that. Seen it myself, I don't know, but it just gets annoying. He was dating this girl named Kelly. She has this uncontrollable laughter all the time. He's getting sick of her. He goes to break up with her, and we find out that actually his mother is Mrs. Hafer, a teacher that hates him. So now he's in a bind because he can't break up with her, or she's gonna send him to. No, that's a different one. That's the Sammy one. Or she's going to fail him, I think is what it is. See, I don't even. But yeah, but him or something. But in the B plot, Josh has a magic shirt that gives him good luck. He gets video games and a date with a teenage model. Yeah, and Megan tries to execute him. If he didn't have that shirt, he'd be dead, because she sets up this steel chair to like electrocute him. He sits on it, nothing. But then when she puts the banana on there, it gets fried. I do like his line though. What a waste! Such a waste of potassium. I don't. No, it's why I don't mind watching, but it's just not one I'd want to go back. Number eight is the one I was talking about. Well, I swear it would have been in my top 5, but I don't know. There was a bunch of other ones that just ticked me off so much. I don't care for this episode, but I guess I don't mind watching it if it's on in the background. That's The Affair. And I don't like this episode because let me tell you why. From the minute this episode starts, you know that something's going on, but you know it's not what they think it is. So Walter is acting very suspicious, making Drake and Josh think that he is cheating on their mother. And it turns out, though, that he's actually going to these secret lunches so he can become the national weatherman for the whole city of San Diego, I think. But Drake and Josh don't believe that. They want to take down the skunk bag, a word taken from the episode You're Married, by the way. And end up covering her in food, I think is what it is. But when they find out the truth, they're like, oops, and then they have to cover to each other in food. I don't particularly care for it. I don't know. And they're kind of mean to Walter, too, because, I don't know, poor Walter just like, he he eats waffles with cumin instead of cinnamon. I do like the cumin. No, Dad is deadly allergic. He could be dying right now. Dad! There's some funny things in these, but number 7, the Dr. Phyllis Show. Ain't nothing more useless than a clip show, I always say. And that's what there is. But the clips are even... Most of the clips, they do show some previous season clips, but a lot of them are from this season. Because the whole point is that they can't stop arguing with each other. And so Megan books them to be on, or Megan as they say, books them to be on the Phyllis Show. So when they show clips of all the arguments they have, they're of course all from season 3, because that's when they really started arguing. There's some others, there's like the bet and stuff, but they really didn't start having the arguing stuff till season 3. That's when the whole thing kind of changed. But there are other clips from other seasons, but not the arguing stuff, the better ones. And yeah, it's a clip show, right? and it only serves uh, as a uh, punchline to another episode that's on this list I talked earlier, Playing the Field. In that episode, to try to get Tori back, he dates a girl named Jake. Takes a girl named Liza Tupper, or Hot Liza, to the to make her jealous, to the movie theater to make her jealous. However, that also messes with the continuity, because he calls her by her full name here, Liza Tupper, because the punchline is that Dr. Phyllis is Liza Tupper's mother. However, in said episode, Playing the Field, he had no idea what her last name was. Now he does, for convenience of the plot, so that she can get mad at him. And yeah, it's just a... Number 6 is The Demonator. And rewatching this, I really did not like the whole plot with them. I guess you can call it a slug episode, I don't know. The whole plot is that there's a new roller coaster opening up in some theme park in San Diego. And Drake and Josh are going to be the first to ride it. Oh, but wait. It's actually not opening the next day, it's opening that night. So they're going to go that night. Except, oh no, they're supposed to watch Papa Nichols, who is, I think he's Walter's grandfather. So Grammy's mom? Or Grammy's dad, excuse me. I'm guessing. Because it's not her husband. So it has to be Grammy's dad. I'm guessing. Because he just had a surgery or something. But of course they went on a Demonator, so the A-plot, so they bring Craig and Eric over to watch Papa Nichols while the rest of them, including Megan, because Megan said she'll tell mom and dad if she doesn't get to go. So the whole plot is them being in the line, trying to get to ride the Demonator. But of course, we have to fit this to be a half hour. So they keep getting in trouble and getting sent to the back of the line. Josh has to pee, tries to cut, they freak out, and they're both sent to the back of the line. They finally get back up there again, and some kid pulls the tail off a mouse mascot, and when Josh takes it from the kid, the mouse thinks Josh did it, and they pull him out, and they're sent to the back of the line again, except for Megan, who pretends not to know them, so she can ride the Demonator, and then they finally do, but it's cutting it close. Meanwhile, Craig and Eric, the B plot is Craig and Eric watching Papa Nichols, and he's having war flashbacks. Oh, they were brought to do this with episodes of Space Trek, which is their version of Star Trek there. Yeah. It's a whatever episode, you know. Number 5, Josh runs into Oprah. I really did not like this episode when I watched it recently. So the whole point is that everyone has forgotten, like, Drake forgot Josh's birthday. But he threw a birthday party for a girl he started dating like 2 days or so, or 2 weeks, whatever. It can be 2 weeks, 2 days before. And Josh gets all mad, so Drake gets him tickets to Oprah. Okay, obviously you're not going to show Oprah, so what's it going to be? Well, the title says it, so I'm itching. He runs into Oprah, and then the plot is just, he wants to apologize to Oprah, they won't let him see him. But, like, the whole scene with them, like, we want to see Oprah. You know, Winfrey. And the guards don't say anything, so they try to go in and get zapped. You need to warn someone before, you can't go in there. Why don't they say anything? This is not Buckingham Palace. They don't say anything at all. And the whole end of it is that Drake then throws Josh a birthday party and then gives him the restraining order, which is signed by Oprah, so it's technically an autograph. So, yeah, and it's the first episode of season 4. On a rewatch, season 4 didn't really sit well for me. There's some good ones. I have 3 of those episodes. 3 season 4 episodes. I represent all the seasons in my best one. So, Yeah, there's 3 episodes of season 4 on there, so it's not all bad, but it just sort of a meh season for me. All right, now we're getting to the shit. Number 4, Sheep Thrills. Oh boy, I've never liked this episode. Never. So, this plot is that Drake and Josh hear a noise in the garage and find out that Megan has a sheep in there named Bab. Say it again. His name is Bab. So, Megan says, if you take care of Bob, I will not pick on you for a whole year? Or month? A whole month, I think it is. Something like that. So they have to take care of Bab. But it turns out that Bab is a she and is pregnant. And I just didn't like it. This is one of those episodes where Megan gets away with it because the parents refuse to believe she's a demon girl. Now, where an episode like Peruvian Puff Pepper or even Alien Invasion works and this doesn't, Alien Invasion doesn't really work. That's really the only thing I don't like about the episode is the ending. But like Peruvian Puff Pepper works because one, that's really the first one where they try to call out Megan to the parents about the weird stuff, about the evil stuff. So, you do it once, fine. But this is another one where they keep telling them, and like, oh, come on, your sister's not. And this is, let's see, this is season 3, so it's not completely there. But I do like that they stopped with this kind of plot where they try to tell the parents that wouldn't, because by season 4 you'd really be asking why don't she is older now and but yeah, they end up getting in trouble for it, grounded, and then the ending has Megan bringing a zebra into the house and they're just like they walk away because they don't want to get in trouble again. But the problem is she can still get them in trouble even though they walked away, so it's not like they're completely out of it. But Number 3, the Great Doheny. Oh, this episode. So Josh meets one of his magician idols, Doheny, at the premiere theater. This is a season 4 episode, by the way. And is immediately starstruck and makes the mistake of telling Doheny that if he needs anything, just let him know. So he starts showing up at his house. He shows up at the door and is like, I thought you could make me a sandwich, which I would eat. And then he makes him a sandwich with crinkle cut fries. How he cooked those fries so quick, I don't know. Because you gotta put them in the microwave. Or I guess maybe he did them in a deep fat fryer. I don't know, deep fried them. Fat fried them? I don't know. But when I heard to pick the episode. But then when they get sick of Henry always hanging around, Doheny always hanging around, tries to tell him, and we find out that he's a bum, basically. He's not famous anymore, and he only went to that restaurant he said he was opening because he had a coupon. So now he's living with them, and they're really just freaked out, which leads them to try to bring back his career. And how does he repay them? By faking his death. And then making their pants disappear when it's revealed that he's not dead. Well, that's great. Well, it was Megan's idea for the fake his death thing, but yeah. Number 1 and number 2 were probably the most frustrating watches for me. Number 2 is The Wedding, also from season 4. Season 4 had a few of what you like to call stuck episodes. Drake and Josh are stuck somewhere. Vicious Tiberius, The Treehouse, The Storm, and this one, The Wedding. 4 of them. Was there one more? I don't remember. There might have been. Helicopter. Helicopter was another one. But this is probably the most frustrating stuck one because there is something they could do about it. They just refuse to. Right? So they're going to the wedding of their great aunt Barbara, who they hate, but she has a nice beach house, so they have to kiss her tushy to get what they want. So Drake and Josh are in charge of taking the cake there. Why you would trust them with anything, I don't know. Have they ever done anything right? Just saying. But they're in charge of taking the cake. Well, wouldn't you know it, Craig and Eric show up because Josh promised to borrow his laptop to Craig, to them, for some kind of science project thing. So Drake gives him the whole case, which we find out also has Josh's cell phone and his car keys, or not his car keys, the car keys to their mom's car. Because you see, while you see them having a car is only dependent on the plot. In quite a few episodes, Drake has a car, but conveniently in the episodes like this, he doesn't have a car because, and that's where it's frustrating because it's like, oh, they only make an excuse why there's no car. That's the keys to their mom's car. What about Drake's car? They don't even bring it up. They're just like, oh, no problem. We'll just call Craig and Eric and we'll get it back. Craig's parents don't believe in cell phones, and Eric's phone is still smashed when Papa Nichols threw it against the wall, which is the callback to that episode. They're like, oh, well, we'll just call Trevor and we'll borrow his Camaro, or whatever it is, his car, his Trans Am, or whatever it is, car. And you sit there and you go, wait a minute, they have Josh's cell phone. Call Josh's cell phone. But if they did that, the episode would be over too quickly. So, yeah. It's one of those where they have to write things a certain way for the episode to work. Like, Drake's car mysteriously disappears. Not even mentioned. They don't think to call Josh's phone because they can't. Because if they did, the episode would be over. So they take Trevor's car and they drive it. But of course, being Trevor's car, it goes out. So now they're stuck on the road. And they both end up having to pee and both leave. One of you should have stayed where the other one went and then you could have swapped. As soon as they leave, the cops show up and they give it a ticket. Also, the cops are stupid because if a cop sees a car in the middle of the road, they're going to have it towed. So not just leave a ticket and go. One of the cops is Kevin Farley, Chris Farley's brother. So, and again, it's a convenience. They end up flagging down someone, a couple of guys, who, after hearing they're all alone and have no way to leave, they mug them and then leave. Yeah, and then when they finally get salvation, a tow truck driver named Leslie shows up. And they're finally going to get out of there. Just tow us to the wedding, they said. Drake decides to make fun of the guy's name because it's a girl's name. The guy gets pissed and leaves them. And there's no conclusion to this episode. There's no conclusion to the plot. They don't make it to the wedding. You know, the title of the damn episode, The Wedding? There's no wedding! There's no wedding. Because what happens is, see, Drake locks the keys in the car and they can't get in. Even though at one point, Drake has a rock that he drops on Josh's foot. They don't think to use that. That is not till the cop shows up, or the tow truck driver, Leslie tow truck driver, uses a tire iron or crowbar, break the window, and they say, we could have done that. Why didn't you? You had a rock. But no. They the fan belt broke, they fixed it, and then it sets on fire. And they just walk away from it. Yep, they walk away from it. Keep in mind that the engine starts on fire, and as soon as they get out of the drivers, their seats, that starts on fire. They leave the cake behind, poor cake, and that's how the episode ends. No conclusion to the plot, which is also a problem I have with my number one worst episode, Drake and Josh, Theater Thug. No honorable mentions here. This honorable mention, Theater Thug. I know that this is a fan favorite. I don't get why. The only good thing about this is the line, well, just take it easy, man. That's it. I don't know why that's become a thing. Well, just take it easy, man. So in this episode, Josh is asked by the host of America's Most Wanted TV show to do a reenactment, I guess, or something like that, for the show to help them catch someone called the Theater Thug because they think that Josh looks just like the Theater Thug. So he does the reenactment, but everyone keeps thinking he's the Theater Thug instead. Because everyone in San Diego is stupid and doesn't know what a reenactment is. And I get that's the joke. He's supposed to be caught. Once would be funny. It happens and they figure out another way. No. Every time he's out in public, he is called the Theater Thug and arrested. Every time. But by the last time he's arrested, you're thinking, wouldn't the cops in San Diego know it's not him? Oh, given all the other times he's been arrested and they had to release him because it's not him? And the best that Drake and Megan can come up with is to disguise him. We get it, all that reference, by the way. No. My name is Antoine. What it is? Yeah. Where he said, what it is. But yeah. Well, it wouldn't be as funny if you just told Josh, stay at home. You can tell Helen, hey, Josh can't come to work because of getting arrested and everything. So he knows what's going on. And have Drake and Megan hatch a plan to capture the real Theater Thug, right? But you can't do that. No. We gotta have the funny. We gotta have the ha-ha of him getting arrested all the time. And that would be okay if it ended with the Theater Thug getting arrested. But it doesn't. You see, Josh is working late at the premiere, and the Theater Thug shows up to rob the place. Drake comes back and helps him capture the Theater Thug, and the cops show up and arrest Josh! The goddamn Theater Thug is right there. It's one last punchline that makes no sense. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It makes no sense. Because the real Theater Thug is right there. And again, by this point, I'm assuming these are all the same cops. They would know by now. They would know by now that Josh is not the Theater Thug. But it's not funny. It's not funny. He's got to get. It's not funny. It's not. And both times that Drake could have helped, he's no help. At times he just stands there, like when he's Antoine, he just stands there and lets them get attacked. And then here, he goes to say something because he's a pretty girl. It's like they have to write it so that no one can help him. Because it's just not funny. I'm sorry, I don't want to see a guy get beaten by cops for being he's innocent. Okay? There you have it. My top 10 worst Drake and Josh episodes. Hope I didn't take anyone off of my picks, but these are the ones that really rubbed me the wrong way when I watched them. So, yeah. So what are your thoughts on my list? What's your list of the top 10 worst? If you have any, maybe you just worship the show and like all the episodes. I don't know, but these are my. So thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.